Hello, my friend. Welcome to our first What's Up in Makeup breaking news episode. On May 22nd, well-respected blogger Susanna at Cruelty Free Kitty published a blog post that ignited the cruelty-free community. She alleged that Wet n Wild, a well-known drugstore-priced cruelty-free cosmetic brand, was no longer cruelty-free due to secretly selling in mainland China, where animal testing laws are unique and complex. I did put out a full video discussing the post, the current laws in China, and how that affects customers outside of China who do their best to purchase cruelty-free cosmetics. I strongly suggest you watch that video before this one. I will link it down in the description box below. But here's a quick TLDW in case you didn't watch it. Again, this is not a comprehensive summary. So, Susanna from Cruelty Free Kitty received photographs from her readers of Wet n Wild product displays in mainland China. Wet n Wild products are made in China, so this allows them to pass on pre-market animal testing that brands like Estee Lauder, Benefit, MAC, L'Oreal, and Maybelline cannot. However, until March of 2019, the Chinese government could pull any cosmetic products off the shelves at any time and conduct animal testing to ensure the safety of the products. They could do this without notifying or gaining approval of the brand. Additionally, and this law is still in effect today, if customers complain about specific products, they can be pulled off shelves and tested on animals. So, to clarify, the problem wasn't with the pre-market animal testing that factually Wet n Wild would not be subjected to, but the potential of the post-market testing. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky. When preparing to post her now infamous blog post, Susanna reached out to Wet n Wild regarding their sale of products in mainland China, to which a brand representative responded that they did not. This was after Susanna had seen the pictures of the products, so she knew something wasn't right. She posted the information she had collected from March to May of 2019 to her blog, and the customer outrage and boycotting began, not just because of the undisclosed sale of products in China that could potentially be tested on animals, but due to the inaccurate and potentially intentionally misleading information provided to Susanna when she emailed customer service. So after the outrage began, Wet n Wild put out a statement on their Instagram story stating that they never have and never will test on animals and that they remain cruelty-free due to their ability to bypass pre-market testing. The post admitted that they have been selling in 30 stores in mainland China since 2018. This date is really important because this means that Wet n Wild was selling in China before the March 2019 law that stopped random post-market testing of cosmetic products by the Chinese government. They did not address post-market testing in this post, which some found to support Wet n Wild's deceptive practices. During this time, the cruelty-free blogger community that includes Fear and Nix, Cruelty Free Kitty, and Logical Harmony all released statements that they no longer consider Wet n Wild to be cruelty-free. On the other hand, vloggers such as Unnatural Vegan posted their support for Wet n Wild and their cruelty-free status. Though Wet n Wild is no longer Leaping Bunny certified cruelty-free, they continue to be PETA certified. And this leads us to the statement made by PETA in support of Wet n Wild on May 30th. In this, they clarify and solidify their stance that post-market testing will not happen with Wet n Wild products. They say that if for any reason products require animal testing by the Chinese government, Wet n Wild is committed to removing the products from Chinese stores before animal testing can be conducted. In addition, they've notified the Chinese government of this policy to, quote, ensure they are notified and can withdraw from the market in the unlikely event that tests on animals become required for their products. In later Twitter posts, under the clarification from PETA, Wet n Wild responded that they delayed the statement of the post-market testing information because they, quote, wanted to get all the facts before they responded, which included reviewing all contracts with current retailers in China. So, now that you know the facts, let's discuss two major points to consider. It is very important to know that there is no legal definition of cruelty-free, and it is only defined by organizations such as PETA and Cruelty Free International, as well as by individual consumers. There is no way to know the real answers to these questions, so it's really up to you as to what you feel are the most likely answers. So here's question 1. How often is this post-market testing happening? What is the likelihood that a Wet n Wild product will receive customer complaints and be pulled from shelves for animal testing? And if it is pulled, will they listen to Wet n Wild's request to notify them so that they can remove the products before they're tested on animals? Here's question 2. Did the person who responded to Susanna's email about selling in China know that they were answering incorrectly? Did the brand purposely withhold information about selling in China from their customer service employees in order to remain visibly cruelty-free? Or was this a case of lack of communication? Was the employee just new and uninformed? What it comes down to is that there is a lot we don't know about what happens with cosmetics in China regarding animal testing. What we do know is that many companies such as NARS, MAC, Benefit, Lancome, Makeup Forever, Maybelline, Rimmel, and many, many more that not only sell their products in China, but pay for guaranteed pre-market testing that ensures that the products will be tested on animals before they reach Chinese consumers. With Wet n Wild, a set of circumstances must be in place for products to be tested on animals. First, there would need to be one or more customer complaints about the product. And second, the Chinese government would have to bypass Wet n Wild's wishes to pull the product to test on animals without their consent. The question for you is that chance enough for you to consider Wet n Wild not cruelty-free? Or is the fact that unlike brands like NARS and MAC, Wet n Wild did not inform consumers of changes to their selling practices and did not educate their customer service employees of the change that is your deal breaker? I'm not going to answer that for you here, and I strongly suggest that you don't let anyone else make that decision for you either. It is truly, as a consumer, up to you.